Come along with me as I relive my haunting memories. As a small business owner, you go through so many different ideas, things that you think are going to pop off, get you viral, make you lots of money. But the reality of it is, most of it isn't. In this video, I'm going to be going over all of my designs that flopped, starting with my previous name, Full Velocity, and that flop lasted me a whole entire year until I changed it to Kalanico. So, come along with me as we relive my haunting memories as a small business owner. All right, we are starting off strong. I created this when I first started Full Velocity, and that was mid 2024. You can see here that I just kind of threw everything together and thought it had this really cool aesthetic, symmetry, yin and yang kind of deal. Clearly that did not work out. Now that I look at it, it is just a bunch of stuff. And wow, we are really starting off strong here. But yeah, I made a couple of these, did not sell any. I don't even think I even wore this one. And then I put them in mystery bags because as a small business owner, you know, if something didn't really do as well, throw it in a mystery bag. It's super cheap, it's fun, and people tend to like it. And you never know, someone who opens this might like it. You just never know. All right. And then let's see. Next we have, can I go next from here? Or do I have to go down? Let's see. Okay. So I thought I was being really cool with this one. I was like, you know what? We're going to make this like modern contrast, like opposite kind of Ruka vibe, you know, with the whole white blocks and the black lettering, and then the background is black with the white lettering. I made my own spam wasabi here, and I thought this was gonna be really cool because I really liked this part of the switching of the letters, but it was a flop. It was a flop. Not a lot of people liked it. And this one I made kind of a lot of. I made like, I want to say 5 of each size and sold maybe a handful. They didn't do too well at my markets. You know, it was a different vibe, I think, and it's just, yeah, it didn't do good. So after I didn't sell anymore. So thankfully, once I realized that this did not do well, I stopped making them. I took them completely off. Sometimes you have to take it as a loss, you know. It's like, all right, I don't even want to put it um in mystery bags just because there was so many, and I don't like having a lot of the same design in my mystery bags, for the fact that normally, because they're so cheap, people like the surprise and they'll buy more than one, and I didn't want to be giving out mystery bags that are all the same, you know. So yeah, that one did not do well. Big flop on that one. Next one, Bombay You Learn. I thought this was super cool, but then again, mind you, I am from Hawaii. Most of my designs are Hawaii related, and I currently live in Washington State. So the niche is very different, I would say, than your um typical things you see at the market, which could be a good thing, but also it's a different audience. So a lot of people didn't really get this one, Bombay You Learn. I think if I had this in Hawaii, it would do a lot better than it did. Thankfully, I kind of had a feeling that it wasn't going to do good, so I didn't make a lot. I actually made a couple stickers of this, which also did not sell. So I ended up just giving them away or putting it on my stuff at home. But yeah, this one, yeah, not my fave. Not anyone's fave, actually. All right. Okay, this one. This is one of my Halloween drops that I did last year, along with a couple others that did do really well. I think I'm going to make another video of the designs that did do well, but this one was not one of them. This one, so because I live in Washington State right now, everyone loves Bigfoot. Like you see it everywhere. And I kind of saw that and then took it with me to like incorporate with my own designs. This Dead Inside making the eye Bigfoot, and he's like, you know, the skeleton of him. I didn't make a lot of these because Halloween is such a, so for holidays, I realized that I shouldn't make too many designs for a specific holiday because it's so short. You know what I mean? Like October is one of the longer months, so it's 31 days. And thankfully, Halloween is on the 31st. But because I had other ones that did really well, this one sold nothing. I actually like still have in my inventory right now just to see maybe this year it could do better, or it could get at least the ones that I made sold, you know. I think I made about 10 of these and I sold none. Okay, so like I said, this was full velocity. So right now I'm Kalani Code. This is full velocity when I first started using a designer, like a online designer platform where I was just doing anything. I was putting all kinds of textures, putting all kinds of colors. I mean, this one's funny because you can clearly see that it's just a bunch of things placed on together. They're not even blending together. Like this lady, you can see she has like an outline of its own design. Then I just threw a koi in there, threw some paint marks, some splashes of paint, added some flowers, and then threw in this really gnarly background of just red water, and then like stamped it full velocity. I was really, I don't know what I was thinking back then. My designs have definitely become more clean and intentional. But you know what? I was just starting. This was literally the very beginning of my whole small business journey. So I'm trying to give myself a little grace. And honestly, this one, again, it wasn't sold. However, my mom was being supportive and she was like, I'll take one. So I don't count her as one of my analytics customers because, first of all, she always complains because I give her rejects. And second of all, she's my mom. So yeah, this one was sad. I was like, oh, okay, this one's funny. I think this one's really funny, actually. The fact that it's just so random, but it's okay. I've grown, okay? I've grown. Okay, so again, I'm from Hawaii. I moved to Washington State in 2021. This is when I started going to Hawaiian events in Washington. And I thought this was going to be the one. The one. Then again, this is when I first started. It's giving swap meet. It's giving 5 t-shirts for $25. The amount of people that asked me why I moved here and that I'm crazy for moving here, how it's so cold and Hawaii is so warm, and just like why would I do it? So I thought it was a great idea to make a shirt about that. Now, would I wear this right now out in public? No. But I thought it was going to be a hit. I really did. And I made a few and I sold none. So, pretty sure I ended up just like either using the shirt as like a tester shirt, so for like different things, because I did also do embroidery at that time. So whenever I had stuff that I didn't like and I wasn't gonna sell, I would save the shirt and then use them as testers just in case like it didn't come out nice or the tension was too tight. So I would use those shirts as like, if I mess up, it's okay kind of thing. And this design was a lot of them. Kind of think of it as like rags that I can just throw away. There's even been times where I'm like cleaning and I'll find a shirt and it's so bad because it's like, I think about it like, oh my God, you're wasting money, but I would use it to clean, it's just one of those designs. It really did not do well at all. Okay. So this one I also thought was going to be a hit. This Made in Aloha, that was like full velocities saying. More than a word, aloha is philosophy, embodying the principles of unity, harmony, and interconnectedness in everything you do. Crafted with care, respect for the environment, and a sense of connection to the community. I mean, that's pretty spot on, right? But I think this is the problem of being a naturally deep person, is that doesn't sell as much. People don't like to really think that deep when purchasing items at a market, online even. I think if it hit the right crowd, yes, because if I saw something like this, I would immediately buy. That's another thing that I learned. I learned that just because I would buy something doesn't mean everybody else would. And it's okay. I didn't want it to say made in Hawaii because obviously I'm not in Hawaii. And second of all, I feel like a lot of things are already saying that. So me trying to be clever and different, I was like made in Aloha, which to me it made sense because it's like, to me, Aloha is more than just like hello, goodbye. It's like a place of like feeling. So I was like, I get it. Made in Aloha, like you are made from the feeling of aloha. But I think it was one of those that only I got it and not a lot of other people got it. That alone was a flop. Like I said, full velocity, flop. Saying made in Aloha for full velocity, flop. Okay, so then now we're shifting. Now we are at the point where I'm like, okay, everything Hawaii does not work here. It doesn't. But that doesn't mean that I have to stop my small business. I still want to be out here, make some money, know the people around here, get connected with the Pacific Northwest because it is beautiful. So I made this. I got my iPad and I just went away and was drawing. It took me a very long time to make this, but now that I think about it, the amount of time that it did take me to make this and for it to sell absolutely nothing is honestly kind of sad and a little upsetting. So this was a huge flop. Considering how long it took me to make this, it was a very, very big flop. I still have a bunch right now. This one in particular did not do well at all. I think I'm going to bring them out closer to summer. So another thing that I did realize when I made this one and I brought it out was I had a lot of designs out. Like at my markets, I had at least 15 different designs, which some say could be like, oh, that's a lot to choose from. But with that being said, I think it's a little bit too much. And the type of vibe that I'm like going with is small batch, boutique like you're not gonna see a lot of different things. Sometimes it could be too much. People get overwhelmed. They don't want to look through everything, and also I feel like all the clutter can make your products look cheaper. So with 2026, I am not putting a bunch of designs out at once. First of all, it was a lot on me because I had to create all these designs, right? And print them and spend money on them. And then for it to not sell, well, I waste the money, you know? So, okay. And lastly, we have the Wow Lao Lao. I loved this design. This was one of my favorites. I drew out that Lao Lao. It was also one of those that was really difficult because this is when I first started too, and I was learning how to draw on Procreate. So I was so proud of it. I was so proud of it with the wow on top. So it's like wow, lao, lao. Um, but living here in Washington State, people didn't get it. People, honestly, which kind of hurt my feelings, but it's okay. I am trying not to like take things so seriously, and if anything, have it like a little bit of like constructive criticism. But people even like made fun of this design. They didn't even look at the Lao Lao part. I'm pretty sure no, like they didn't know what it was. They just saw the wow and would be like with their friends like, "Oh, wow, who would buy a shirt that just says wow?" And I'm like, that's not nice. And I think that's one of the things that I also learned in the past couple years and bringing into now is that I want to create designs that I don't have to explain. I think it should be strong enough to reach my audience at least, and I don't have to explain it. You're just gonna get it. Wow Lao Lao is kind of, I feel like a lot of people is like doing Wow Lao Lao now, so I'm like, I don't know, we'll see. One thing about me is I do like to be original. I don't really like to, which could backfire, but I don't really like to um produce the trendy stuff because I feel like I'm copying people. And maybe I shouldn't look at it like that and just like, we're all just out here trying to make some money, but I just, as for me personally, I try to stay away from what everyone is doing basically. So, yeah, that is the end of my flops video. In another video, I will be making my wins, my really good sell. Like, I do have, as much as these failed, I do have a few that did really, really, really well, especially last year. So in another video, I will be going over those. But yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching me go over my failed attempts as a small business owner. I look forward to more videos showing what I did, what I'm doing, and what I'm gonna do. And yeah, we'll see what else comes up. I do have a few things in store for the month of May. I have 3 events, but I'm also going to be making videos in between of first of all, this weekend I am going to go up north to get poi for the second time, and I did put in my pre-order. So, I know I secured that bag. And then the month of April, I leave for Hawaii April 13th, and I don't come back till May 2nd, but I am going to be vlogging. Come with me to the beach with my friends, babies, with my crazy family. And yeah, I'm really excited.